Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
It's the after party. Vision is flawed anyway. You just light this fucker?
Yeah, all day.
All day. Do you say that because of New Girl? Because Schmidt from New Girl said all day?
Okay. Don't go there with me right now because people say that I remind them of Schmidt from New Girl, and that fucking pisses me off so much. And I'm only gonna say this just because everyone's like, you're like Schmidt from New Girl. And I'm like, no, man, Schmidt is like me. I've been like this my entire life. New Girl has not been on air forever. Okay, Schmidt is me. I am not Schmidt.
I pinched a nerve. I'm sorry.
That's all right. But yes, the amount of girls that I've met at bars and like see me at comedy shows and are like, "Oh my god, do you watch New Girl?" And I want to punch them in the throat. Like
that's all. Because you don't remind me of Schmidt at all.
Thank you. Fuck. First of all, he doesn't have a fucking beard. I know we have some. I've watched a couple episodes because I was so fucking mad that I needed to watch it. But yeah, sure, we have high energy. We have some of the same mannerisms. That doesn't mean that we're the fucking same. First of all, Schmidt is me.
Yeah.
I don't know who this actor is, but like.
So you're not disagreeing. You're just more upset about the fact that the chicken before the egg.
I was me before Schmidt was me. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. He stole your thunder. I understand.
He didn't steal. Well, I guess he stole my thunder. He's on television doing me.
Yeah.
But
and he's a beloved character. Although that show went down hell.
Exactly. So you know what? Maybe I should have been on that fucking show. Maybe I should have been finger fucking Zooey Deschanel. You know?
Schmidt never did that.
No? Well, I never watched the show, so I don't know.
No, she was hooking up with the other roommate. Schmidt like was kind of metrosexual-ish on that show. Are you any metrosexual in you at all? Do you like a good manicure or pedicure?
No, I've never had a manicure or pedicure in my life. That being said, though, feminine things about me, I like the spa.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, that's
I only like the spa that's where I live. So where I live in Ottawa, we're close to the Quebec side. They have the Nordic Spa. And you can go there and you can go to like hot tubs and infinity pools and like there's like cool like thermal baths and like shit like that. I like it. It's like a thing that you do when you like a girl, you bring them there.
Oh, you bring them there.
And that's to like seal. That's to like when you have like a classy girl. That's how you seal the deal. You know what I mean? You bring them there. But like I'm still frugal. You know what I mean? Because it's like I think it's like $70 a person just to go there. But you can go there for the whole day. You got to bring your own robe, or they're going to charge you for the robe. You bring your own flip-flop. You got to bring all your own shit. And bro, I bring a flask, or I'll bring one of those like workout water bottles where like it's tinted, and then you make yourself like a giant vodka soda. Because everything else is expensive there. And then the only other thing, because you walk in that door, you and a girl, you're $140 in the hole. Bro, I'm in Canadian show business. I'm not a Coke dealer. Like, I know I look like one right now, but like I am not a fucking Coke dealer, so I don't have the cash. So I'll give that 140. I'm trying to make a Nordic Spa day less than $200. Here's the other thing, man. Like, I don't have a car, so like I gotta try and coordinate with someone who also wants to go, or make the girl drive, and then she can't get that drunk. You know what I mean? It's bad.
And then you're drunk at the spa with a sober chick.
Usually, I can hang out with fun girls who would like have a few drinks and then still drive.
Isn't it awkward though when you're like with someone and you're definitely drunker? Like there's always that or the other person's drunker.
No, because I handle my booze better than most people. That was a huge problem that I would have earlier on in life, where I would outdrink all of my dates.
Friggin' I've heard about this. They would just
get so drunk, and I'd have to like send them home because it's like because I inhale vodka. You know what I mean? Like I have certain kryptonites. I have 2 kryptonites. So if I just smash draft beer, that oddly fucks me up like way worse. Like if I just sit there and crush, I think that's just because the average bar doesn't clean their lines. I think it's just bacteria just fucking my face. But the only other thing that fucks me up big time is if I mix everything. Like if I start with like some beer, then I have a few shots, then I get into the vodka sodas, then I'm drinking like glasses of wine and shit.
Yeah.
If I mix everything, then I'm like my worst.
Oh, mixing is the worst. Vodka soda is dangerous because it just tastes like soda.
Yeah.
So you're just like...
And there was a part where like my friends... Okay, so I went to Mexico early on this year. I went to Puerto Vallarta and Sayulita with my roommate.
Ooh, that's fun.
And when we went there, I was like just posting like videos on my story on Instagram, whatever. Like people were messaging me like, "Yo, man, like you have a problem." Like they're like straight up calling me out because like for real, we were doing dumb shit. Like we were like drunk. There's this town called there's a town in Mexico. It's called Sayulita. I think everyone should go there. Is
it like a party town?
It's like okay. So honestly, the town is like the size of downtown Halifax. Just like the downtown like bar area, from like where the Mooseheads play to like to where like Johnny K is. You know what I mean? Okay, it's a little bit bigger than that. Whatever. It's a very small town. Okay, it's a very small town.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And all it is just fucking
bars
and restaurants and a beautiful beach, and it's just where like hippies like do drugs and like surf. So it's very easy to like blend in there. You know what I mean? So me and my roommate, we won a free flight through Swoop Airlines.
Swoop
at a CFL Red Blacks game. So we chose Puerto Vallarta. We wanted to go to Mexico. And when we were in Puerto Vallarta, man, that's a senior show.
Yeah.
So many fucking old people. Like we had fun, but like, man, there's so many old people, and we just kept hearing from any young person that we were talking to, "Yo, Sayulita, you got to go to Sayulita." So we went. We were smart because I'm a fucking smart traveler, motherfucker. Whether I'm doing it for comedy or whether I'm doing it for like travel, I'm a very smart. I travel light and I travel smart. So we left the last 2 days open because we won a free flight. We didn't win a free trip, you know. So we said, fuck the resorts. We're just going to go Airbnbs. And bro, our first Airbnb was like close to the hotel zone. It was pretty sick. It had like a rooftop pool. Like it was fine. And then we went to the second place, and it was literally on top of Puerto Vallarta. You literally had to go on like a 15-minute hike to get to it. But legit, it was some of the nicest views that I've ever seen. Very inexpensive. We checked in, and there was a bottle of wine sitting there for us. Be like, "Thank you so much for coming to our house." Like, bro, straight up, like best hospitality. Amazing.
You didn't feel unsafe at all?
No, okay. People talk about shit like that.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know if it's because I'm like a guy and I don't give a fuck, but like
it could be. That could.
I've walked in New Orleans, USA, Paris, France, Puerto Vallarta and Sayulita, Mexico, Cancun, Mexico, like where else late at night? Bratislava, Slovakia. Bro, I've walked in weird cities on my own at like 2-3 in the morning and I've never felt unsafe in my life.
You are such a guy. Yeah,
it's
a woman thing.
I think I'm just drunk. Sure. I think I'm just drunk and oblivious to what's going on. But that's the thing, man. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a hot girl. I don't have like crazy, weird foreign dudes like fucking whistling and shit at me. That would make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, it would be a different experience, I think.
Absolutely.
Holy shit.
But anyways, man. So this town of Sayulita, like it is a place where like there are no rules. You know, like you can walk around and like openly, like there's no. It's like such a small town. There's like no police. There's no security guards. There's no like nothing. Like. The military rolls through on the main road like a couple times a day.
Oh, wow.
Man, it's weird. So it's like this tiny little party city. When me and my roommate went there, they were hosting like a festival. It was like music and like dance and art and stuff, and they were building like a community center. It was like very cool. So like we went there right at the perfect time. Like we were that's like probably the drunkest I was on the entire trip. But there was this place right beside our Airbnb in Sayulita where you could rent a golf cart. And this town was big enough that you could just rip around it in a fucking...
Amazing.
But here's the thing, bro. There's no rules. You rent this golf cart. And I'm like, we're hammered, bro. We have these like Bubba cozies filled with vodka and we're like driving around. Like, that's not smart. And you can drive with like actual traffic. They're like, stay off the main road. But like, you got to cross the main road to fucking get to the other two parts of town. So like, we were doing dumb shit. Like, that was the point where people were like messaging me on Instagram being like, bro, Can you please be careful? And here's the thing, we'd be doing stuff, and then I'd wake up the next day and like look at my stories or like the replies to my stories and be like, oh, like I don't even remember.
In hindsight, yeah.
Body, yeah, that wasn't smart, And like now, see, before I could get away with like Facebook, because like my mom and my dad were like on Facebook, but now my mom and my dad are the fuckers, man. They're on fucking Instagram now. My mom, I know I'm not gonna block my mom and my dad though.
From
like,
seeing your story though. You can still have them on like your Instagram, but you can block them from seeing your story.
What?
Oh yeah, you don't know about that?
Okay.
Dude, I have my whole family blocked from seeing my stories.
Hold on. That's I can
show you how
this
to
is
do
my
it.
girl right here. I had no idea you could do that.
Oh yeah,
I can just have my parents look at my pictures. But,
yeah, not your stories.
Bro, this is groundbreaking information.
Hiding stories is key to many things.
Yeah, bro. I don't want my mom to see the shit that I get up to. Like
I had to private my Instagram for.
Like I don't think she's on it. My dad for sure is on Instagram because like he'll reply to my stories and I can see that he's like looking at, which is so funny, man. To just picture. It's so funny to picture a 60-year-old man just like looking through 12 people's lives on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, it's so fucking funny to think about shit like that. It's like,
I love stories though. They're so fun.
Yeah, the stories are great. The stories are, I think the stories are the better way to like interact with, because like when I get replies to my story from like people that like I know that are I'll look at the name and be like, I don't know you well, but I know that I met you in X town. Right. That you live in, but like I'll still hang with you like the next time that I go into town. You know what I mean? Like,
I love that. You must have a good memory.
I'm way better with faces than I am with names, legit. Yeah, like I do like to keep. I like my favorite thing is like wherever I go, I want to know somebody. And it's not even just like to have like places to stay, which is a huge perk, but like just to have somebody like hang with. And it's like,
have a beer
it's
with.
cool. It's cool like knowing that you have like your people every time that you go to like a day. Cause like there's weird places, man. Like fuck, bro. Like I'm not like this gangster comedian that like goes all over to the big cities and headlines clubs. Like, I put in work. I go to weird places. Like I'm in Timmins. I'm in Grand Prairie, Alberta. I'm in fucking Kentville, Nova Scotia. Like I'm in fucking weird places, dude.
Oh, Kentville. Wow.
I do what I do to pay my rent doing what I love, but at the same time I go to fucking weird places. But that's because I grew up in like a weird small place. I can like there's people that grow up in these small towns that like legit like I wish they weren't as ignorant as they like. You meet people that are like fucked, but like you also meet like super nice, like really fun country people. Cause like man, I was just talking about I haven't done a show in the small town that I grew up in, so I'm like, that's my next thing.
Oh,
like,
you gotta do it.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was just talking with my buddy. I was talking with this guy I used to buy weed off of in high school. He's like one of my really good buddies from high school, and I was like, dude, no one does comedy in Ottawa. I'm from there. I feel like I should go and do that. You know what I mean?
Gotta do that.
And like I want to like rent out the Metcalfe Arena and put on like a banger show. And there's this other really good comic that lives in Ottawa that's also from my whole town. He's a little bit older than me, this guy Trevor Thompson. So like the two of us could just go and it'd be like the Metcalfe reunion and like I'm fucking looking into it. All right,
look into it.
Just coming back to the whole town, plaid jacket and fucking curved hat on. Be like, boys. Yeah.
Getting her done.
Just fire it up.
Did you go to your high school reunion? 10-year?
No, I did not.
I always think about stuff like that.
That being said, there was like a small 10-year reunion that happened at like a bar that I just went to all the time. I legitimately, it was like so weird. Like I got fucked up. I was playing soccer with my buddies and then we're like, hey, let's go to the bar we always go to for post-game drinks. And then we show up and there's like all these people from my high school and they're like, hey, so glad you made it. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, oh, this is our 10. I randomly walked into my 10-year high school anniversary.
Hilarious.
Yeah. It wasn't really like my age group though. It was like the group, the age, one grade below me and the grade below that. So like I knew a lot of people. Like I still knew like 8-9 people there. But it wasn't like people that I actually went to school with.
Are you still friends with any high school people?
Dude, from high school, there's like people that I keep in touch with. There's people that like every time I see them, we're like, hey, what's up? A lot of them are just people you grew up with that you were cool with in high school that you're still cool with now, but you don't really like relate. That being said, one of my best friends who grew up in the same small town as me, we went to both elementary and high school together. I'm a year older than them. I'm 29 years old. I can actually say that I have a very close friend that I've known for 28 years.
That's crazy.
Like, and that's the thing. Like,
that's like unheard of.
It is unheard of, because when you get to be an adult, most of your like best friends are like people that you've known for like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I
true.
mean? You like meet them somewhere in your life where like you meet that person like end of high school and then you roll into young adulthood together, or like when you become an adult and actually be a human being and then you meet that person that's also on your level, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, and then you meet people from your extracurricular activities. So say like you
podcasting,
exactly,
like podcast guests.
You met someone from a podcast guest. I make someone playing men's league soccer. You meet someone at like a concert. I meet someone at a show and then end up having like a few, you know what I mean? Because we all have people, randomly people come into your lives and you just mesh, and you know, guy or girl, it's just they're your boy or they're your girl, you know. But I legitimately have a friend that I like. There are pictures of us.
Oh my
like
gosh.
in playpens together, like 1 year old. Well, I would have been 2 and he would have been 1. But
that's crazy.
But yeah, man, 28 years and we still hang out. I just texted him the other day. I was like, I'm gonna come back to Metcalf and do a show, and he was like, "Fucking sick idea, bro!" And like, yeah, no, it's hilarious.
I actually have a friend that our moms were pregnant at the same time.
That's gross.
Like and like we grew up down the street, so like we were like neighbors all our lives, and we're still we still stay in touch.
You said you want to get real on this Patreon episode. We'll get real.
/ it might just go up on the YouTube channel, but you know, YouTube subscribers, the 48.
What are your thoughts on children? I love asking because you're in my. You're not the same age.
I'm
as me,
32, which
I know, but we're 3 years apart, so we're in the same like part of our lives, like late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah,
that's a very game-changing age. I think your late 20s and your early 30s is arguably one of the most important parts of your life.
100%.
Like the part that I'm in right now, I think I need to I need to start making decisions now that are going to affect because like now you're at that part where you're like where you're like, do I go career focused? Do I go relationship focused? Do I try and find a balance? Because everyone in your life is now getting married and having kids, or like people are either. This is the way that I look at like the part of my life that I am right now. There's people that stay doing the same shit and they start to like drop. And then there's people that like get their shit together and start to go up. So you feel separated by your friends no matter who you're talking about, because either they're being fucking idiots, the same idiots that you would have accepted when you were 21, and now you're almost 30 and you're doing the same shit. Like, stop being an idiot. And there's the people that are like, well, like, I'm not saying you need to get married and have kids to be a normal human being, but like people who are like very like advancing in their careers and they're buying houses and they're
settled
like
down a little more.
You know what I mean? They're anchoring, you know?
Yeah.
So you feel isolated because, you know, there's these people that you don't want, there's these people that you don't want to hang out with because they're being fucking idiots, and then there's people that you don't want to hang out with because
they're lame.
It's not. No, I don't even. Bro, it's.
I
lame.
said it.
No,
just joking.
Where's the
just joking? Just joking.
That was an anti-disagree because I have 2 friends who just had their first kid, and I just went to fucking Nashville with them and had the best time ever. They're still fun.
Yeah.
And I guess it's different for me because I'm out of town a lot, so I bounce around. So like, I just see my good friends when I'm able to see them. So like, if every time that I see my good friends and I'm continue to have a good time, I don't care what the fuck they do with their life because I have shit going on in my life. You know what I mean? Like this whole we need to talk to each other every day or we're not that good friends. That's fucking bullshit. You know? Like,
but it's harder to hang out.
Some of my best friends I don't talk to for like 6 months, and then because they just live different lives in different cities, and then you know you make the most of the time you have when you see them. Like it's very simple. You know?
But it's harder to hang out with, like, when you're married with kids. It's harder to make plans. It's harder to get together. They're a little more inaccessible, I think.
Yeah, if you
Personally.
like, I don't want children. But that doesn't mean I can't be around children. Like, if
Do you like kids?
What's that?
Do you like them?
Yeah, like okay. I think kids are cunts because I look back at what I did as a kid, and I'm like, you're a cunt.
Yeah.
Like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
I look at the way that I acted. I look at the way that I dressed, the way that I reacted to things. I'm like, you're stupid.
Yeah.
And then like I see kids now, and they're even worse. It's so weird because like our generation is worse than the generation before us, and then the generation after us is even worse. Like we keep getting
It's
the whole
true.
like millennial was bad. Like, we're millennials and we suck, but like this newer generation is insanely stupid.
Even worse. Yeah.
So, and one thing that I think, like, I haven't talked to very many people about this because I just realized this about myself. I was like thinking in my head because like people are like, "What is your beef with kids, man?" Like I get that you tour around and like you wouldn't be around and you like your independence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, you talk about you hate kids? I'm like, hey, I don't hate kids. They just fucking annoy me.
Yeah.
But
They
I
are
think
annoying.
something that affected my mind state towards this stems from my childhood, my childhood to like my adult life. So growing up, my mom ran a daycare, like out of our house.
You were around them all the time.
I was around them all the fucking time. And like
Okay.
kids that like weren't related to me and like shit like that. And like I'm talking like suburban privileged fucking kids. And these kids were fuckheads. You know what
shit.
I mean? So like even like no matter what part of my life I was in, these kids fucking annoyed me. So like when I was younger and these kids were there, I would like, like when I hated school. So when I come home from school, that's my time. So I come home from school and some fucking kids playing with my toys, or some kids playing with my fucking N64.
Yeah, that would
and then
do
I get,
it.
And then I get a little bit older, and then I'm coming home from like high school, and I'm fucking blazed out of my tree, and I just want to have that nice after school snack and like have a quiet day. You know what I mean? These kids eat all the cheese and crackers, and then I want to go hang out in the pool, but all these kids are swimming in the fucking pool, and you know.
That's annoying.
It was trash.
Yeah, that would definitely make you not like them.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna
Fuck.
say that's like the only reason, but I look at that. I'm like, I never thought about it like that. That probably did somehow warp my brain, being like, yo, fuck these kids. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You're selfish. Yeah.
So are you are you a straight on no for kids?
Straight on, no.
Straight on no.
I legitimately do not want kids.
So is it so if you met your dream girl?
No, I know. Okay, I already had my dream girl. My last girlfriend was my dream girl, and she legitimately like wanted children. I was like, nah, and then it became a huge problem.
When did you have the kid talk? At what point in the relationship?
See, that's the
That's 'cause
problem.
that's-
That's the problem with me. That is the problem with me. I have a reckless tendency to tell people what they want to hear. That's why that's my fault as like a relationship guy. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, maybe when we're like financially stable and like we have good jobs and stuff, but like deep down I'm like, nah,
Would you ever get a vasectomy?
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I even saw that male birth control is now
Is that like officially a thing? Like,
okay, it passed human testing, so it might come to the market soon. But this is the thing. Regardless of if I was a type of person that would get male birth control, I would still pull out. Hundo P.
Really? Why?
I have not came inside of a woman since I was in high school. Legitimately.
Is you just terrified?
I just no. Even if you say you're on the pill, even if I'm wearing a dome, I do not ejaculate inside a woman.
Interesting.
Okay.
I get that though. A lot of guys don't. A lot of guys don't.
Ejaculated into someone's ass since. That's different.
That is different. That
That's
is not
very
the same.
different.
Not the same risk associated with it.
Exactly. So, because like as soon as I said that, I'm like, you're sounding like a hypocrite. But I'm like, no.
See, because you know what's crazy.
I'll come, not in your baby hole.
Okay.
If you want me to come in either of your two other holes, no problem.
Do you know
But the baby maker, nay.
It's a little scary.
My favorite joke I've
scary.
ever heard is a Ottawa comic, Matt Carter, and he I don't know if he does it anymore, but he does this joke where I don't do it justice, but he talks about his like he's so scared of impregnating someone that he ejaculates into a paper shredder.
Oh my
and like
God.
that my whole life, every time I'd hear that joke, I'm like, for real? Like I was like one of those like preach. I was like, this needs to be a meme. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I
Like,
find so fascinating? There's a number of guys that I've met that are terrified of like pregnancy and STDs. Terrified. Love a cream pie though. Love a cream pie,
Yeah,
and are
that's-
often the guys that are like trying to convince me not to wear a condom.
that's insanity.
Yet they're the ones that are also like terrified of it.
Insanity.
Personally, like,
Do you ever have you ever like had unprotected sex with somebody and then like mid fuck you're like, I should not be having unprotected sex with this person
absolutely.
right now. Like, yeah,
Absolutely.
You know, like
Absolutely.
you know, like you've had a few drinks and you're like, yeah, she's
Ever have-
down or he's down, and then you know, like, and then like you just all of a sudden have this epiphany. You're like, this is very irresponsible.
it happened
Yeah.
in the middle of the night once.
Of course it happens.
We woke up in the
That's not okay. That's the thing. That's not a mid-afternoon thing to happen. Like the only time that you're never like, unless you go and just get absolutely sauced on like all you can drink mimosas at like 1 p.m. and then make a bad decision. Like, yeah, I can see that. But that is primarily something that happens from midnight to 7 a.m.
Yeah. It's when you
it's-
fall
that's
asleep and then
that
you wake
period.
up. We fell asleep and then we woke up and then things just happened. It was almost like
when
half
you're
dream.
You're both
sleeping.
groggy and you're both
Yeah.
yeah.
It was very strange. And like I remembered everything and then he didn't and I was like, did I just sleep rape someone? It was very awkward.
Mm-hmm.
I've had too many of those moments as a girl. Too many. Where I've just because I don't get blackout drunk. I don't.
I am very good with alcohol, and I am prone to getting blackout drunk sometimes because I just it's crazy.
Hopefully you pull out when you're blackout drunk.
I hope so. Fuck. Like I guess like I would like to say like yeah,
But you
obviously,
can't.
but like how do you account for what you do? Because like sometimes people text me the next day after a night, and they're like, "You did this," and I'm like, "Oh, that's or you know," they'll show me like a video on Instagram, and I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, I was
shit.
being a fucking idiot." It doesn't happen as much in like the last like year and a half.
Funny.
But I am prone to moments where I'm just a nightmare when I'm drunk.
Oh wow.
Because I was talking with this with my roommate who's also a comic, and sometimes when people get drunk, you know, you take things the wrong way. And I'm a very mouthy person, and I'm mouthier with my friends than I am with like random people. Like obviously I'm a mouthy person to like audience members on stage and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like my roommate said this, and this is one of the most truthful things about like the mind of a comic dealing with people in their lives that aren't whether it be like a significant other, a friend, a coworker, whatever.
Uh-oh.
No, it's just a super legit line. It's we don't say mean things to be mean, we say mean things to be funny.
It's true.
And
Sure.
and like he said that to me, and I was like, that is exactly like that's the truest thing that because the amount of times that people got mad at me from something that I said,
Right.
that I like love them. I love them. It's just they don't understand that like in our brains we're trying to be the funniest person.
trying to
So we're
find
just
the
thinking
funny in
of
everything.
we're just trying to think of hilarious shit to say. So although you're mad at what I'm saying, it's hilarious what I just
Yes.
said. Like within reason, because there
Yeah.
are times where you can go overboard and you're like, I'm totally sorry that and sometimes I have said stuff that is a little bit over the line. That is sad. But like the majority of the times when my friends get mad at something that I say it to them and like, dude, I'm kidding. I love you. I'd give you the shirt off my back.
It's
It's
a
just
form of
so
flattery.
hilarious to make fun of you for X. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what
Like,
I've heard, that if comedians like you, they'll talk shit about you.
I don't know about that.
Or not talk shit, but like they'll like kind of pick on you.
Oh, like
You know?
me and my comedian friends and me and my friends that aren't comedians, I think that's a guy thing. Guys
Yeah,
just chirp each
that's
other all
true.
the fucking time.
That is a good
It's like,
one.
oh, you're a pussy. You know, you have
Yeah.
to uphold your masculinity to to every fucking group of guy friends that you have. You know what I mean?
Constant battle.
That being said, though, okay. You know how you were like, you're not a fuckboy, and like you're like, I do have bro tendencies, and let me tell you, okay, so the boys, right? Let me tell you something about me, first of all. This is a nice humble brag. Me and the boys and the girls, we play a little recreational soccer, and but we play at the, we're not competitive, but like we play at like the top level of rec, you know, like Div 1, buddy. Okay, my team, Dirty Birds FC, buddy. Let me tell you about us. Okay, we have 3 Div 1 co-ed championships and 1 men's Div 1 championship. Respect. Put some respect on this name, okay? Do you like how I'm like bragging more about my recreational soccer team than I am about like things I've done in comedy? Like that's the
We haven't talked. We've only talked a little bit about comedy.
That doesn't matter. That's how I pay my bills. I don't want to talk about work. You know what I mean?
Oh, well,
I don't want to talk about work. I want to talk about cool shit.
You want to talk about other shit that you have stuff outside of it, which is great.
Like outside of
comedy.
Oh yeah, no, I do.
Some people don't.
I do. Okay, but comedy will eat you alive if you don't have other things going on in your life. You will come unglued because it's an awful business. It's an absolute awful business.
Yeah.
No, I need to distract myself with lots of things. And you know what's funny? My best friends in comedy are the people that I can talk to about normal shit. If you're a comic and I know you and the only thing that we talk about when we hang out is like comedy, you're not like a true like.
Yeah, you want to be able to talk about
comedy is full of like fostered relationships. There's people you like, there's people you don't like, but like out of the grand majority of the people you like are just people you're chill with. You're a brother or a sister of comedy, and every time you see each other, you're like, oh yeah, cool. So it's like, oh hey, we're on this show together, awesome, cool. Yeah, you're doing well, I'm doing well, awesome. High five. Let's have a few drinks, we'll party, like whatever. But like you don't like call them up and like make sure that, like there's like people that I do shows with that I talk to like a lot, and we help each other out, you know, we try and network, we try and do shows together, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Those are the people that I talk to like about real shit. We don't just talk about comedy.
Everyday
fucking
stuff.
Boring, man. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who fucking cares? None of us are gonna make it. Like,
I wouldn't say that.
You know what? No, but that's what we say to chirp each other. We're like, shut the fuck up. Talk to me about sports. Saints, body. Let's talk about how Drew Brees is going to win the Super Bowl for the New Orleans Saints this year, and then he's gonna retire either this year or next year. But it's gonna happen. Our team's sick. We got robbed last year. I don't know if you know about sports or not, but
nope,
like I'm very upset about it. Any man who or woman who watches or listens to this podcast and knows about sports knows that the Saints got fucking robbed in the playoffs last year. We should have been in the Super Bowl and we would have beaten the New England Patriots, and the rest of the world would have been happier because nobody likes
the Patriots. Always win.
I know they do always win. It's
that's all I really know about
football. Football is cruel.
Yeah.
Like you know, a guy who like makes out with his son
Wait, what?
You didn't hear about that?
Makes out with.
Okay, I'm obviously playing it up. Okay, but like Tom Brady had a controversial video come out where like he like kisses his son, but it's like a long kiss, like it's almost like sensual. There's like a video of it. He's like getting massaged by this guy. Tom Brady's like lying down getting massaged by a guy at his house, and his kid comes in. And okay, I'm just gonna pull it up, and then you're gonna decide.
Yeah.
So his kid comes in. He's like, "Can I check my fantasy football?" He's like, "Yeah, for sure." And then he like kisses him on the cheek or on the lips, and he's like, "That wasn't a real kiss." And he like calls his son back and gives him like a longer kiss. And then it's funny. I'll try and find the video because they do where they like ask people like in the streets, like, "What do you think of the video?" And like half of them are like, "Yeah, I kiss my kids like that all the time." And you're like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. Okay, but watch this though. I'm gonna type. Tom Brady kissing son.
You've Googled this before?
Okay, I have, so that's why it came up. But look. Tom Brady.
Oh, so many.
It's all these kissing things. You know what I mean?
What
They're
the
first
hell?
thing. Tom Brady kissing son. Yeah, you decide.
Oh man.
You decide if this is too much or not.
Showing 5-time Super Bowl winner Tom Brady getting a massage. Then his 11-year-old son comes in the room and asks him if he can check his fantasy football standings.
First of all, why do you have to ask your dad for that?
Yeah, that's weird.
Everything comes at a cost.
Second kiss shared by father and son prompted tweets from viewers using words like very disturbing and uncomfortably long. So
That was uncomfortably long, bro. Yeah.
I think at a certain age, it's like, okay, you can kiss him on the cheek, you can give him a hug, but not in the mouth and not for that long.
Too long. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Holy shit!
Oh, I'm telling you, I can't support a franchise.
That's fair. That's a little sketch. That's very sketch.
Like whatever. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't mean. I just love that. That's because that's the thing. Tom Brady. Okay. As far as a career goes, Tom Brady is the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
As far as pure skill as a quarterback, Drew Brees is the best quarterback of all time. He has the NFL records. He still won a championship, and his numbers are just better. So, but he only has one Super Bowl, and Tom Brady has 5 or 6, however fucking many he has. So people say he's the GOAT. As far as career goes, yes. As far as skill-wise, there's not a fucking chance that Drew Brees is better. This is just for...
I'll agree with you just on the fact that I'm sick of the Patriots.
Yeah.
I will agree. I don't know anything
this
about it.
Again,
but
this was just for anyone that watches your
yeah.
podcast that is into sports.
Comment
But
and
if they know about football, then they might agree with me. They might not agree with me because some people are just Tom Brady loving idiots.
right.
Regardless,
They love him.
Again, shout out to Nova Scotia Spirit Co. We're we are big fans. She has several bottles over here in her house. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Nova Scotia Spirit Co. Blue Lobster vodka. You guys should buy it all. Honestly, what are you gonna do?
Delicious.
What do you listen? What are you gonna do? You're gonna go and you're gonna buy Smirnoff or like Iceberg or Stolichnaya, where for pretty much a regular vodka price, you can buy a locally distilled, genuinely good product
That gets you drunk.
yeah, and it fucks you up. Like, I'm not a fan of the white rum, so I won't probably drink their white rum. But like their gin and their vodka are deadly.
I have breaking news. I have a response to one of your messages.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so earlier I took over.
Just read it. Just read it. Read your. Okay, because this is a separate video.
I took over her Tinder and I sent dudes messages as her because I just love to see. I like to go aggressive as a woman and see what guys come back with because guys are pieces of shit. So I want to see like the grossest thing
You
ever.
gotta read what you said first.
Okay, so what I said. So we matched.
Tonight.
Do we say his name or no?
No.
No. Okay, we can't
With
do
this
that.
guy.
Can't do that. Okay, so we matched. We matched with this guy.
Go to the.
I'm gonna read you his bio.
Oh, okay.
We read it on the podcast. We'll read it again. I'll read it really fast. Okay. I'm more of a homebody these days during the week, but I do like to get out on weekends. Work as a journeyman electrician around Halifax. I have 2 border collie dogs.
Oh, this is Border Collie.
So far, so good. Recent homeowner. Okay, we're getting better. Some of my favorite interests are random driving to nowhere. Creepy. 4-wheeling. Fine. Going to the racetrack. Whatever. Netflix. Red flag. Red flag. Dogs. You already said dogs. You're an idiot. I don't drink very often, but I do like doobies. Perfectly fine. I know people like that. There's a little about me. So, what I said to him is, hey, are you a toaster? Because I'd take a bath with you. And then he says, nope. Totally washing machine. Only way I'd get your panties wet. It's a confident guy. I like that.
Is that saying?
That's what he said.
I mean, like, I don't know if that joke makes sense though. It sounds like he's saying that he wouldn't get me wet.
Oh, right. Now that I read it,
Yeah.
now that I read it a second time, yeah, it's because we smoked that joint. We're being idiots right now. No, yeah. Are you a toaster because I take a bath with you? You can get your panties wet in a bath, you fucking idiot. Oh my God. Fuck this guy. I can't believe that he almost tricked me into thinking that was a smart reply. No,
Okay, what are you gonna say?
on further review, you're an idiot.
Oh no! Don't write that. That's too mean.
No, I'm not gonna write you're an idiot.
Let's roll another joint.
Okay.
While podcasting.
While
It's
podcasting. Intoxicated. Yeah, no, that's a very so yeah. This is for exclusive members.
This is for YouTube.
Oh, this is for the tube. Okay, yeah, dudes, peep my Instagram at Joke Gypsy. You know? Yeah. Just ask about me, you know?
We don't get many.
Nope, totally a washing machine. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, you're an idiot. You can get your panties wet in a bath. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Only way I'd get your panties wet. Like he's saying that that's the only
okay,
way.
we'll-
AKA I can't do it.
We'll kill him with kindness.
Uh-oh. What are you saying? Oh.
No, just let me be mean. Yeah, just let me be mean. It's fun.
Okay, I'll let you be mean.
Okay, now you're making me second guess myself. Okay, I will say what I.
Because remember, think of it from the other point of view.
I'm working too slowly right now. Blue Lobster vodka. What's up?
So many plugs for Blue Lobster. I love it.
Man, we love the Nova Scotia Spirit Co. They're the best.
Okay, there's a bunch of weed everywhere. I
Perfect.
don't know how to roll a joint, but there's a filter.
Okay, I'll take care of that.
You gotta focus on Tinderin first. What did you write? You need to read what you wrote.
I said, you do know that you can get panties wet in a bath, right?
Yeah.
That's all I said.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
like calls him out for being an idiot, but it's not saying
not
anything
saying you're an
remotely
idiot.
rude. Because you know what? You're right. I should not want to.
Yeah, I'm trying to get laid here.
Oh, right. But the way he's speaking, why do you want to have sex with this guy? Unless you just want. But you did say NDO, new dick only.
It's
this
true.
guy technically is new dick.
Oh.
All right. So, I said, you look like you have a Monster Energy sticker on your vehicle, which is fucking accurate. This guy looks like a total fucking adrenaline head. Yeah, gnarly dude. Like, fuck this guy. Anyways, and then he said, "Oh, does it now? I don't." Okay. Oh man, that's a problem. If I wouldn't have smoked this joint and we were still rolling from the podcast, yeah, no, I don't.
Let's go back to swiping.
No, I don't want to go.
You don't want to swipe?
No, I don't want to.
Hi, swiping's not a thing.
I don't know. I'm high now, and I don't just want to like hit on dudes on Tinder now. You know what I mean?
It's more of
Like,
a drunk thing.
Yeah.
It's more of a drunk thing.
Yeah,
not a high thing.
exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh, does it now? I don't. Well, you do. Like, yeah.
It's just
You're an idiot.
it's such a game.
Yeah.
This
it is
fucking
a game.
Tinder.
It's
I
a game
hate
that
it.
it's a game that I enjoyed playing earlier, and now I don't care.
Oh, weird. I got a message from somebody named Jay saying, "What do I have to do to spend an evening rolling around inside that hot dog costume?"
No, that's good. I like that. You put yourself.
This is
up for
relatively
that.
time sensitive, Sarah. I hate it when they use my name in a message.
You and they said time sensitive. That sounds so thirsty. You know?
Who's this guy that I matched with? What am I doing with my life?
Yeah, you're just trying to meet a couple of the boys.
People say I'm too picky, and then they say I'm not picky enough. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to do.
I assume the people you're speaking of are like your girlfriends
Yes.
that are like, girl, know your worth. I obviously like I totally agree with like shit like that, but I just find like the roles are like very reversed. Like I find like the people that post those like quotes like that, like the people who post like know your worth and like no, you don't know him shit and blah blah blah. Like the people that post those like relationship and like self care and like self love memes and shit are the most undateable people.
Oh yikes! Yikes!
You know what I mean? It's the same thing with like it's all a flex. It's all a flex.
It's smoke and mirrors.
The most like anybody that you see on like your Instagram or Facebook that posts like motivational quotes.
Yeah.
And like memes and shit like that are like entrepreneur, like those are the most unsuccessful people in your life.
know.
It is all a flex because if you do your thing and you do your thing well, you don't need to talk about it.
I don't mind a quote every now and then though.
Yeah, sure, like a simple quote, but like when you can tell when a post is when I see a post. Whether it's on Facebook or Instagram, when I see a post that starts with "I'm so pleased to announce," you're like, you're a cunt. Like you're, you know what I mean? I totally agree with
very self-congratulatory.
But I told you there is something to be said about tasting your own success or growth.
I did not know where you're going with that.
And like and milestones and stuff like that. But like you can tell when you see a thirsty fucking post.
I was told that I was thirsty the other day.
Okay, but
by Dan Hendricken. Dan.
Yo, Dano thought you were
Dan. Well, because I was posting like sexy selfies and stuff, and he's like, "Mama's real thirsty on Instagram," and I'm like,
"Were you okay? Let me look at these."
Well, no, but it was on store. Well, I mean, like I've been doing some. There's some pictures. Like I've been posting more pictures of me and shit. Not in this current story. But go to my feed.
Okay. I'll decide if this is thirsty or not.
I don't think so personally, because some of them are professional pictures.
Yeah. I can see how maybe this one, but like that also is like more professional too. You know, you just
I don't think I have that thirsty of an
Instagram. You know what? I'd love to agree with Dano, but I think he might have just been chirping you, but
probably.
Because but
like, what do you think are the signs of a thirsty woman?
Man, any girl that posts a picture, like of just like their butt. It's when you're like I totally agree with like love your body and like if you've got it flaunt it, but like it's a combination. It's a combination of the picture in question and the caption, because those are both very, you know, like if you see a girl that like posts a picture of like her like with the back to the camera, but she's in like the bikini butt, and then like she's not wearing like she's topless, but she's, you know what I mean, and then the caption is like, "Thank you, next." You know what I mean? Like that's a thirsty fucking post.
Yeah, that is.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When there's like certain captions. Like there's this one girl and she's like a sassier girl, and this one time I laughed so fucking hard when I saw this. She's like posted a picture of like her getting like with her like nails done, like hair did, and she's just like posing, and the caption was "unbothered," and I was like, no.
See, I like personally.
That's the funniest thing I've ever fucking heard ever. And then the only other funny fucking caption that really like killed me. Fuck, what was it? Now I lost it. I just had it in my head. But you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, it's all about the... Well, I like to post, like, the sexy selfies that would be considered thirsty and just write thirsty.
Yeah.
I like to be a self-aware...
Exactly. So, yeah, there's...
a self-aware thirsty girl.
There are ways to post things and have it not come off thirsty.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, now I remembered what it is. This girl that I knew just through like a circle of friends, and like her and this guy dated for like a very long time. And when she was together, with the guy, she was very like, you wouldn't like see a lot of her on like social media, and like you'd only see her out with him at like social events and stuff
Yeah.
like that. She wasn't very independent. She was like very like into a relationship, and then as soon as they broke up,
Back right on it.
fresh haircut,
Yeah, back
fresh
right on
fucking
it.
everything, and then the caption is "been a while."
Oh!
And like you look at the likes and the comments, and it's just all the hockey bros and everyone from high school just fucking pouring in, being like, "Yeah, okay, yeah," and the little fire emoji and bang, bang,
Oh,
bang,
fire
you know?
emojis.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's but that's like
Aw,
if
that's
you've
so
got it
true.
and you got it and you flaunt it,
So
man, you
true.
all a picture's worth 1,000 words, and it tells a story. You know what I mean?
I am a fan of girls or women on Instagram that post somewhat regular pictures with nipple. Because I think we should normalize that shit.
Yeah.
No bras,
you're-
nipple showing through.
Yeah, I'm obviously totally with that. Like,
You're a fan.
I'm a feminist. I believe
You believe in such movements as free the nipple?
I believe that women should have the same rights as men. I understand consent. I would say that I'm a feminist. I think women are super cool, and I'm super okay with them doing whatever.
Yeah.
That makes you a feminist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, cool.
I think so.
Feminist.
Anyway. I think so. It's I think in line with my definition of it.
Yeah.
Do whatever the fuck you want.
I think the only thing that I've ever done wrong to women is like sometimes I am prone to looking at them like objects.
That's all right.
You know, I'm sure women do the same to men.
Maybe
They
not.
look there are women who look at men like pieces of meat. That is just a bullshit exchange that we do.
Yeah.
I don't think that makes me a bad person.
Women are nice to look at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nicer to look at than men, for sure.
Oh, hundo.
You know what I mean? Hondo fucking key. Like there are very good looking men in this world, but the good looking women in this world far outweigh. Women are just better at taking care of themselves, and they're just better at looking better. I don't know.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, we put some time in.
Well, it's not
We
even.
put
It's not
some
even the time.
time
Even,
in.
even people that are just like naturally beautiful. I just find just as a
Right.
species, women are easier to look at than men.
Yes, we are.
You know.
Yeah, we ain't bad.
That being said, an unfortunate looking woman is always worse than an unfortunate looking man.
Oh, that hits hard. It's true.
Actually, no, I take that back. I think it's 50-50. There are gross
Well, there's-
people. There are gross people. on
Men
the other
age
side.
better for sure.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah,
Like you
you're right.
guys don't. Yeah, you age way better than we
I'm
do.
gonna age poorly.
No, you're not. Do you still have your hair?
Yeah, I have my hair.
You're at 29. That's good. That's a good sign.
My dad still has
That-
most of his hair, so I feel like I'll have it for a while. They say you're not supposed to wear hats. They say hats are bad for because they say they constrict your.
Oh,
your
does it
whatever.
really?
Yeah, they say it's not good. I don't know. And that's the thing. When I say they say, that's just shit that I hear. I don't know if it's fucking right or not. You know what I mean?
You could
I just assume that hats are bad for your hair because I read it one time.
You on a headline and didn't read the article.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
the way of life.
Yeah, it's that's where we get our information from strangers on the internet. Someone who wrote a blog one time.
You could be, if you keep all your hair, you'll be a silver fox, is what we call them.
Yeah,
silver
and that's the funniest thing that when people say like, oh, you don't want kids, like, aren't you worried about like dying alone? And I was like, no, because like even if I get gray haired and I become like a silver fox, like there's more than enough daddy issues in this world to like keep me afloat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you don't have to die alone if you don't have kids.
Yeah, you can
mean,
just have somebody that like
yeah.
you're like, yeah, no, like
Companion.
I guaranteed I will have like a wife, like like a partner, like you know what I
Ooh.
mean. Like I don't believe in like the wedding and shit like.
I was
that.
gonna say, do you believe in marriage?
Sure, but I don't believe in the constitution of it. I don't believe in like the law side of it. Like I don't know
okay.
why we need to sign a piece. Like I think
Yeah.
you can just be in a relationship with someone that what's mine and what's yours is what's yours, but like we're together and
Yeah.
we love each other. I don't think we need to do anything
There's
else.
not really any need, no.
I don't need to do anything else
Yeah.
than that. Like I have no problem with like a celebration of like a unity. I think that's great. Like I think people take their weddings a little bit too seriously, which is fucking very funny.
Yeah, it's a little intense.
You know what's funny is like you're more excited to go to a wedding, like a big fancy wedding of somebody you don't know, like as a +1, than it is to go to one of your friends' weddings.
Agreed. It's so fun. It's so fun to go as a +1.
Yeah. When you go as a +1 and you don't know the person, like everything's free and you're just like, hey, whatever, and like you're just the cool new person. You know what I mean? It's great. But like when it's like someone you know and they're like doing all this song and this dance, you're like, buddy. At least for me, because I think it's all stupid. Like I'm very happy. Like I know so many people that are married that are like amazing couples. They'll be with each other forever.
Right.
And like their weddings were beautiful and like such a good time. But like I just look at the song and the dance of it and I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's all right.
Think about it, man. Like
throwing the bouquet.
Like you realize that you would be, and I'm like a frugal person, so I'm just thinking from like a financial standpoint here. Like you could not have a $20,000 wedding. Like what is the average wedding cost?
I mean, I would say 20 to 30,000 at least, probably
Come on,
even
no,
more.
No. It can't be.
Let's look it up. Look up the
I think the average wedding cost is probably, because you got to think like there's poor people that get married too.
It's true.
I think the average wedding cost, let's say 10 to 15 grand. That's what I think it is. I think you could have a fucking really sick celebration of unity. I don't know why I keep calling it that. That's just what I've decided to call it.
30,000.
It is 30,000. Mm-hmm. Body. Okay, let's talk numbers here. You could have a really fun fucking party to celebrate you being with this person for the rest of your life without the government and law and shit. Like you just announce that you're together. Blah blah blah. And you could have a sick party, bro. 35 hundo. 35 hundo for like a wicked fucking party, like food, booze, DJ, like whatever the fuck you wanted to do. It'd be sick.
Yeah.
And then you could spend 65 grand traveling the world, just the two of you. Mm-hmm. And that would get you could go to like Southeast Asia for a month. And then you could probably go to like Europe or like somewhere in the States.
That's what I would rather do. I would rather travel a shit ton.
And now you've only spent 10 grand.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
so you've saved $20,000. And this way, you don't need to have a stag and be like, hey, we're your friends. Come give us money because we're getting married.
Yeah,
like,
it's all very fucked up.
Fucking cares. And like, when I say that, people are like, you're so fucking cheap. And it's like, okay, but like, why is this still a thing? This is just like a norm that's been instilled. You know what I mean? Like modern society says that I should get married and have a kid and move to the suburbs and fucking wear khakis and you know exactly. You know what I mean? I don't.
And there's so many things to get gifts for. Like, there's an insane amount of like bachelor party or bachelorette.
That's what I mean, man.
Shower,
like, why do you have to do?
wedding.
Holy fuck! Like, yeah, it's
like you're expected to get a gift for
most
all
of the people that I know that are getting married are better off in life than me. You know? Like they have more money.
Right?
Is my presence not enough? Like,
it's not fair.
Maybe you sound like an idiot when you say that. You say, "Oh, you're so fucking cheap." And I was like, "Fuck, who cares, bro?"
Right.
But that's my mentality, though. I'm not gonna ask them to be like, "Hey, man, you need to come to Mexico to watch me get married. I can't have you watch me where we." You know, I need you to travel very far.
But have people in your life pushed you? Like, because I know with destination weddings, I know a lot of people are like, if you can't come, that's cool.
I've been introduced to, I've been invited to 4 destination weddings.
Oh, shit. That's quite a bit.
I have gone to 1 out of the 4. The reason that I went to the one place was okay, I'm not going to say that they're not. Both the bride and the groom are like good friends of mine. And it was in a cool place. It was one of my favorite places. It was in New Orleans. To me, that's a cool destination wedding.
Oh, hell yeah.
The whole resort thing is fucking played out.
A little bit, yeah.
That being said, like one of the weddings I would have considered, but I was at the time I was already doing shows somewhere, and like that's the That's probably one of the most annoying things about doing comedy is like you just look at an empty calendar and you're just constantly booking dates, and then you book shit, and then people are like, hey, this is this date, and you're like,
Can't.
I can't, you know, like you want, like there's certain things that take precedence over it, but like
Yeah. Gotta give people
if I'm out of town and I'm making money doing like this, bro, this is what I do.
That's
like,
your job. Yeah,
and, like,
exactly.
Some people have gotten mad at me for stuff like that. Some people, but like they get over it. If they're good enough friends, they understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've missed a lot of birthdays. I've missed a lot of weddings, and I've missed a lot of just like just random events, like events that like everyone that I'm friends with goes to. Like I do miss out. I get FOMO for sure. Like I
so
have
much FOMO.
I have fun going to all the. I love the variety of the places that I get to go to.
Yeah.
But when fun stuff or like big stuff that like I want to be there to support my friends to do, and I don't go to just strictly because I'm out of town. Like it's different if I had a fucking 9 to 5 and I was just around all the time. At least if I'm around, I can just, even if I am busy, I can stop by for like an hour just to, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
That sucks.
yeah, well, whatever.
If you do a destination wedding, give people at least like a year or something. I say give them the date.
Well, most people do for sure.
And give a fucking year.
Yeah. Most of the people that gave me a year, I just didn't feel like going to their destination wedding. That's just
Yeah. Well, because you feel like you need to take a whole week off too, and like make a whole thing out of it.
Yeah.
And it's yeah.
Yeah. And and that's like the petty thing too, is like a lot of times these destination weddings, like the more people that you get, like if you
The
get
cheaper it is.
If you get a certain, no, like some of them, if you get a certain amount of people, like your wedding's free. Mm-hmm. You know.
I've heard this. Yeah.
So like
that's
you
crazy.
just get like a free wedding for like, and it's like, okay.
That's crazy.
I produce comedy shows and I invite people to come to my show. Yes, they're my friends, but I also want people to support my show and pay me money to fucking put on a performance.
Right.
That's $15 to $20 at a time.
Yeah.
I don't ask people to fuck it. I would never in my life ask someone to be like, bro, I need you to spend $1,500 for you to fly to this place to do this. I would never ask that. If I'm in the same city as you and all, you know, like it's a big difference.
Oh, 100%.
In funds. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
This is just frugal talk right now.
God damn. I thought we were going to get more dirty on this episode, but we actually got more conventional.
Yeah, we're just we're economical people.
This is the difference between...
There's a guy I know in Calgary, Brett Forte. He's a very funny comic, and he does a thing called Frugal Forte, where he makes videos on like how to like just save money and shit.
Oh, I need that. I'm
And
bad
bro,
with money. I'm
bro,
so
they're
bad.
hilarious and they're so good. I do some of them like too. Like I have actually no, I don't have frugal ideas. I have like piece of shit ideas that I just do.
What do you mean? Like what?
Man, I do things that are horrible. Like one time I took an Uber, and okay, this legitimately happened, but like this is an asshole thing for me to do. I was in an Uber going to my house, and the driver farted. And he like didn't say anything, and like I was high, so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything either. But it like smelled really bad. And then like I was sitting there in my house, and they're like, "How was your trip?" Like, you know, they send you the email like, "How was rate your ride?"
Yes.
And like I was just like, yeah, straight up, the guy he farted and didn't say anything, and it was kind of gross. And then they sent me an email back. They're like, "Hey Nick, we're so sorry about your experience. We've credited you $5." And at the time, man, Uber was already $5 off your next ride. So I'm like, I just earned a free ride for typing a bullshit sentence. You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, I should do this more often. And then there's these companies that like deliver you like food. Like, you know, like HelloFresh and like Good Food and like all these, it's like these meal plan like kits,
yeah.
And like my roommate gave me like a free box. It's basically like 6 meals for free. It's like a $90 value. So like you just type in your credit card information and then you like cancel it.
Exactly, you get the deal on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I do that, and I got these meals. I was like, this is pretty good. And like it was good because like you can skip whenever weeks you want. So I can like, I could just order a box of food for like whenever I'm actually home and skip it when I'm on the road. It actually makes sense for what I do.
Yeah, that's good.
So I actually kept it around, but like there was one time where I was like I was in Mexico and I forgot to skip one week, and then they sent me an order, but it was like all stuff I didn't want. I was like, I didn't order this, blah blah blah, and they're like, oh, so sorry. Like we gave you half off your box, like just because I complained. You know what I mean? Like, man, they're so soft now. All you have to do is yell at people, and you get money off your bill. There was this one time where like I got Swiss chards with something, and they were like a little wilted. I'm like, you know what? My produce was not that great, and they're like, so sorry, Mr. Burden, and they're like, my next order off this company. I'm not gonna tell you what company because I don't want them to like void it. But like they're like, we've given you $25 off your next order. So now I'm like, and then when I get home, I've been saving this. So I've been keeping this in the back pocket. There's this other company, and me and my roommate, we could just keep switching between these companies and taking the free deals. So bro, like we don't have to do groceries no more.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man. There's ways to like skirt around this shit. You know what I mean?
I gotta start doing that more and save some food dollars, because food is fucking pricey.
Food is very pricey.
I hate buying food.
Yeah. Do it while you can, because eventually they'll figure it out and then they'll stop doing it. So yeah, you got.
But that's like their whole marketing is referral, right?
Yeah.
Like
that's why I'm glad that like I want you to have a successful podcast, but I'm glad that you're not too successful, because like if like a lot of people heard this, then I would get in shit, and then I wouldn't get. You know what I mean? Like,
years from now, it gets successful, and then like they start pulling clips from like
that
older
would be
episodes.
That would be funny. Yeah.
Be afraid.
You're like, yo, Nick Burton's a criminal.
I'm personally, well, because my intro says don't take this content if you're hypersensitive.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to like offend someone. Yeah. Every time I hit, every week I hit publish, I'm like, someone's going to get mad this week. Someone's going to get mad this week.
Might get mad at you because I said cunt. Some people don't.
No.
You don't think so?
Not my listeners. I don't give a shit.
All right, good. So
yeah,
cool.
no, you're fine. No.
Another thing that I did too, which I think is so funny, like so the LCBO, that's the only place you can buy liquor legally in Ontario. It's like some weird like government controlled shit. And at the LCBO, when you walk around, the liquor bottles, you know, when like you go and there's like a mini bottle like attached.
Yes, little sample
Exactly.
pack.
So like I started just like, because like every time I would walk to the LCBO, a bottle that I know what bottle I want to buy, but it never had a mini on it. Like I'd have like 2 or 3 different bottles that I would buy between like gin, vodka, rye, and they wouldn't never. Mm-hmm. So I just started taking the bottles off, the mini bottles off, and putting on whatever I did. And then nobody said anything. And I was like, oh, great. And then this one time I was like, let's see how far I could take this. I grabbed they're usually on like a 2.6 or like a 40 or like there's like a couple on like a 60. I bought a Mickey of vodka. And I grabbed 3 tester bottles, because usually there's only 1 or 2, and when it's 2, it's on a 60, like a 1.75 liter. I grabbed 3 mini bottles and put them on a Mickey, like the smallest bottle that you could buy, and fucking put it on.
And then in question?
And like no, the girl was like, "Did you find this bottle like this?" And I was like, "Nah." And she was like, "Okay." And then she was just like $15.75. So like I paid $16 for a Mickey, but then I got like, I guess there's what, like it's like a double shot. Yeah. So I just got 6 ounces of vodka extra.
Wow.
Just because I feel like you can't do that everywhere. Some people would be like, what the fuck are you doing? But like, I don't know. I guess I was feeling cocky one day. I'm like, let's see what I can get away with. You know what I mean? Very gutsy.
Holy shit.
I like to live life on the edge, you know?
You know.
Save $10 at a time.
Save that dollar.
$10 to $20. And I only do this because I can't send dirty panties to people.
I was just we said we would talk about Snapchat, and then we didn't. Do you get nudes on Snapchat?
Yeah, that's the only reason I check Snapchat. No, 100%. 100%. I don't look at Snapchat. But if someone messages me being like, you should check your Snapchat.
Oh, that's always a good message to get, eh?
That's what I mean.
That's the best message to get.
Exactly. If they think that I should check my Snapchat, then it's probably because your tits are out, for sure.
Do you send them back? Do you reply with pictures?
No, not usually.
No, not a fan.
I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Like, first of all, I'm a grower, not a shower.
That's fair.
So like I got to send you a picture of my hard dick for it to look like presentable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've probably only sent like probably like 3 dick pics in my life.
Oh, that's not a lot.
That's not a lot.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I would say like 3, probably 3.
But I don't think that they're all that. I think there's a bad stigma on them.
Let me rephrase that. I've sent dick pics to 3 different people.
Oh, okay, not 3 total pictures.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that seems very small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I probably sent multiple. Like obviously, like my ex-girlfriend who I was with for 2 years, I probably sent her like 5 dick pics at some point, whether it be on Instagram or Snapchat.
Ooh.
Text message.
I never even thought about Instagram direct messages as a picture.
It's ballsy, but it can be done.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Well, I'm high, and I become a shit interviewer when I'm high.
Yeah.
So I might close this episode out unless you have any other juicy topics to bring up or any other.
No.
As soon as that's the thing. I love the idea.
As soon as you're like, you know what, this isn't going anywhere anymore. I'm like, you know what? No, it isn't.
Well, the thing is for me, it's like I'm way more talkative and chatty when I'm just drinking. As soon as I add a joint, I just become like very like.
Honestly, I'm
chilled
the
out.
same. I think I was just so excited at the prospect of a joint that I didn't realize it would be detrimental to what we're trying to do.
This was like the after party though. This was fun.
Good. It was good. We're just chilling. Okay, boys.
Content is content.
It's Tuesday night. Okay, let's calm her down a little bit. Okay, we're not trying to get wild on a Tuesday right now.
I don't know about you, but I'm trying to get wild.
I mean, like we already are pretty wild, but like
we are. I mean, we are already up past midnight, where most people are in bed hours ago.
Yeah.
So I think that we are doing well. I want to thank you once again for coming on. Handshake.
Every single time. Intoxicated Podcast. Buddy.
Follow Nick.
Follow Nick. Follow Sarah. Figure it out.
Figure it out. Ring that bell again. Ding.